He was, for most of the last 40 years of his life, the most recognizable human being on the planet. And even when Parkinson's disease slowed his step and his speech, he still reveled in that recognition. He loved people the way no other athlete in his time and few public figures love people. He loved to sign autographs. He loved to pose for pictures with the famous and the unknown. He loved to perform his simple magic tricks for audiences small or large. He loved being Muhammad Ali. That people loved him equally in return was remarkable for an athlete whose unparalleled career had triggered so much controversy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cassius Marcellus Clay. He's young, he's handsome, they know it. He's a poet, a prophet, and many people believe he'll be the next heavyweight champion of the world.
As an 18-year-old in Rome in 1960, Cassius Clay won an Olympic gold medal and was the star of the athletes' village, charming the world with his wit and his words. After the games, he and his mouth turned pro.
I'm only bold and cocky before and after fight.
Let me see you close your mouth and just keep it closed.
Well, you know that's impossible.
No, keep it closed.
You know that's impossible. I'm the greatest. And I'm knocking out all bones. And if you get too small, I'll knock you out.
Clay comes out to meet Liston, and Liston starts to retreat. If Liston goes back in his father, he'll end up in the ringside seat.
Yeah, the crowd did not dream when they laid down their money that they would see a total eclipse of the sun.
In 1964 in Miami Beach, Ali's quick hands and dancing feet took the heavyweight championship of the world from the highly favored Sonny Liston.
I don't have a mark on my face, and I upset Sonny Liston, and I just turned 22 years old. I must be the greatest. I told the world, I talk to God every day. If God's with me, can't nobody be against me. Sonny, come out of the world. I am the king of the world. Hold it. I'm pretty. Hold it, you're not that pretty. I'm a bad man. I shook up the world.
Few knew that Ali had already come under the spell of Malcolm X and had decided to convert to Islam, to embrace the black Muslim movement.
Cassius is not my name no more. Officially Muhammad Ali now. Muhammad Ali. Muhammad means worthy of all praises, and Ali means most high.
When he changed his name from Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali, he was attacked. When he knocked out Liston in 1965 in a rematch with a punch that many people thought was a phantom punch, a bogus blow, he was attacked. And then...
Mr. Muhammad Ali has just refused to be inducted into the United States Armed Forces.
When he refused induction into the armed forces on the grounds of his Muslim beliefs, he was not only attacked, he was convicted of draft evasion, stripped of his title, exiled from his sport for 3 years.
I will not go 10,000 miles from here to help murder and kill another poor people simply to continue the domination of white slave masters over the darker people of the earth.
It is a war that he considers unjust, and his conscience will not allow him to do it. Now, certainly, I would endorse that, I would justify his action, and I would give him my strongest support in his doing it.
Finally, in 1970, Ali's ban was lifted, and eventually the Supreme Court reversed his conviction. He returned to boxing, back to the spotlight, back to his trainer, Angelo Dundee, and his cheerleader, Bundini Brown.
Bodini, let's give them that little saying we used to say before each fight, you know?
Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Ah, rumble, young man, rumble. Ah!
But Ali was no longer a young man by the time he signed to fight Joe Frazier for the heavyweight title in March 1971.
If Joe Frazier whoops me, I'm getting on my hands and my knees, crawl across the ring, look up to you, say, you, I'm trying to get you on the spot if you think you're so good.
Ali and Frazier were both undefeated, and the fight drew a galaxy of stars to Madison Square Garden. It was the must-see event of its time. Ali was knocked down in the 15th round, and Frazier won a unanimous decision to retain the title. But 2 years later, Frazier took a ferocious beating himself and surrendered the title to George Foreman, who looked indestructible. When Ali, after beating Frazier in a rematch, signed to fight Foreman in Kinshasa, Zaire in 1974, his friends and fans feared for his safety, feared that Foreman might inflict lasting damage.
George Foreman is a dirty fighter. He is dirty. And I mean, by dirty, I don't mean morally. His style is dirty. It comes out with those big...
Ali spent weeks in the Zairean capital, ingratiating himself to the locals and learning how to say in their tongue, "Kill him."
Na babu maye. Na ku. Na ku bumaye. Na ku bumaye. Na ku bumaye. Ali bumaye.
Muhammad got that Ali bumaye chant going right from the get-go. He was the hero.
In the defining performance of his career, Ali responded to the roars of the crowd and rope-a-doped the stunned Foreman into submission.
I hit him hard in the side. I mean, I got a good shot. And he said, "Is that all you got, George?" And I remember thinking, yep, that's about it.
At 32, Ali was reborn, his image suddenly bright once more. 10 times in the next 3 years, he successfully defended his title. He showed off his skills in Las Vegas and Kuala Lumpur, in Germany and Japan. Most memorably, he fought Joe Frazier a third time in the Philippines.
It will be a killer and a chiller and a thriller when I get the gorilla in Manila.
Ali infuriated Frazier with his cruel taunts.
See, his way he looks when you hit him. All night, that's all it can be. All night in Malaysia. That's all you're gonna see. The Philippines, rather. Come on, gorilla, we in Manila.
I can't see anywhere I look like any gorilla. We supposed to be the same. We supposed to be from the same ancestor.
I say all Negroes look like that.
The people of the Republic of the Philippines proudly presents the Thriller in Manila.
When Frazier failed to answer the bell for the 15th round, Ali had won an exhausting victory. It was his last great triumph. 2.5 years later, when he was 36, Ali, clearly past his boxing peak, lost his title. In fact, he lost 3 of his last 4 fights, including this fight against Larry Holmes in 1980, in which he took a vicious pounding.
His hands are no longer busy, his feet no longer swift. And Ali is learning that even he cannot be forever young.
I couldn't get away from punches. My timing was off. My reflexes were slow.
Soon, Ali began to show signs of the slurred speech that stamps so many fighters, and he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. But in the last 20 years of his life, with his 4th wife, Lonnie Ali, and his best friend, photographer Howard Bingham, almost always at his side, he refused to slow down. At the Olympics in Atlanta, he lit the torch, stealing the opening ceremony and the games. 5 years later, after the September 11th terrorist attacks, Ali, still the world's most famous Muslim, made a plea for peace.
That really hurt me, because I know Islam is peace, and it's not valor. So, the people that do these things make the religion as a whole look bad.
Ali spent most of his final years traveling as much as any human alive, most often for charities, preaching and practicing love. Still the most charismatic of all athletes, still lighting up every room he graced, still, undisputedly, the greatest.